Centipede.
Okay, so this is going to be a weird video. So this is kind of goodbye in a way, because this is my last video as Goosebumps Now. Not that my persona is dead, but I think it's just time for a change. And we're in the season of fall. The times are changing, the leaves are changing, it's time to change. And we're going to get into that. For starters, my new channel's name will be Bumps in the Night, which I know isn't a really big jump from Goosebumps Now, but still, it's more open-ended, you know. It's not like I'm setting myself to one single brand, which, you know, it's funny, my Instagram will still be Goosebumps Dan, or I'm sorry, Goosebumps_Dan, because that's a funny nickname Matt made for me, and I think it sticks, so I kept it. Also, repping the DBZ shirt. That was a gift, thanks, Mom. Let's get into exactly what's happening here. I'm going to try to break this down in the most streamlined way so that I don't ramble too often or get too far, like, out of the sequence of this. For starters, when I made my channel, I didn't really have a cool name. I know I just wanted to make something Goosebumps, because that's like what everyone was showing when that's what I was into at the time. You know, I had prior channels. Don't want to name what they are. I mean, they're gone now. It doesn't really matter. But essentially, I had a couple channels because in high school, I did like a lot of TV production. My senior year of high school, I had 5 out of 7 of my classes were television production. So I was really into editing, I was really into that kind of stuff, and even then, it's funny, like, I remember having this notebook of, like, video ideas, and one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to make a Goosebumps series on YouTube. Like, parody, short, scary videos, essentially. So, the horror aspect never really left my mind, but, you know, it's like 2015, 2016, everyone's like, oh, man, Goosebumps just came out, holy crap. I mean, the movie wasn't that great, let's be real. It wasn't. I mean, it's great, we're glad to have anything new for the series, or the property as a whole, but it wasn't that good. Goosebumps ain't a love story. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the 2 biggest inspirations to making this channel would be Goosebumps #1 Aussie fan, aka 90s Portal, aka Bjorn. I watched a lot of his stuff. And then Zach Baby TV, which, you know, I'm in a podcast with him and we talk all the time. He's actually probably I'm gonna say one of my closer friends in life, which, you know, shout out to you, my guy. Anyway, so between their content and, you know, like, I had literally just stumbled across a huge collection of Goosebumps at Goodwill. When I say I, actually was my fiance. We would go thrifting a lot. It was one of our hobbies, and she happened to stumble across, and I would always look, dude. Like, just in general, I'd just keep my eyes peeled, you know? Never found anything. Then one day she finds them, and that was like opening the cap on the soda that's been shaken up, because after that it was like non-stop. So I got like these 20-something books added to my collection, which I had always had as a kid. You know, it felt really cool, and like I just kind of wanted to share in the community and stuff, so I made a channel. And I was like, okay, the whole theme of my channel was going to be collecting the Goosebumps series in a thrifty way. Can I do this on a lower budget? Can I do this making minimum wage? Which I did. And actually, like, the very end of I guess the end of like this channel's original lifeblood was when my dad gave me like all the Goosebumps, and I have that coffin up screen here, but all the Goosebumps for Christmas that I was missing. So with that being said, I kind of fell into this weird, not depression, because I was super happy to have the collection. I really was. Like, it made my day. Like, best Christmas ever. But I fell into this weird, where I kind of ran out of, like, content. So I was like, okay, Goosebumps Ghostly Reviews, you know? Because I was really digging the Drinking with Goosebumps. And then, like, right when I started that series, we moved. So I got stuck, like, my entire man cave here was like in a loft or a dining room, essentially. It just was hard to be creative in that space once my brother moved out, and I ended up in this room that opened up the master. So the person living in this room moved over to the master, who's not family per se, but was living with us. Like, they moved in when my mom moved out. It was weird. Like, I just can't keep roommates to save my life. I'm a shitty person, I guess. So anyway, I really wasn't feeling creative. Once I got this room, I kind of started to get the spark back, and, you know, that's kind of why I was doing the horror burrito. I wanted to make content, something that was original, something that was kind of still horror-based, and that's where the horror burrito came in. But then I fell into depression again, and that's why we took the hiatus. So, you know, it was hit and miss, and then 2020, I told myself, you really gotta stop being such a piece of shit, dude. Like, your life's not that bad, and the whole world sucks right now, so it's not just your world, it's the whole world. So that's why I kind of really forced myself back into creating, and I'm glad I did, because honestly, bringing the crew back for the horror burrito, churning out videos like this, playing games and stuff, it's been nice. And this is like my hobby. And for a while, another reason I wasn't making videos is because I was running a business. I was selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I had a secondary channel. It was called Team Honey Over Money. It was supposed to be really funny because like my whole like Yu-Gi-Oh group, which these are people I've known since high school. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh with these guys for years. Like that was the thing. Every Wednesday, it's time to duel. I took some money. I invested in a bunch of bulk. I cherry-picked the bulk. I started building decks, like, because I realized, like, I have a bunch of commons I'm not using. I'm sure I can turn this trash into treasure. I ran a business for probably a good solid 2.5 years. I'm not coming up on 3 now. I did that for a while, and that was very time-consuming. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is time-consuming in general. It's another reason, like, I kind of fell off of video games, which, you know, with the Zambros series, I've tried to bring that back once already. So this is my second win in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this one lasted 6 years. I mean, as a kid, I played back when, like, you know, Yu-Gi and Kaiba were the shit, and everyone was, like, 10, 11, the 4th grade shit, thought that was the end. Well, then, like, 2013, 2014 hits, and all my friends were like, we should, like, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, man. And I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So, that's kind of where it happened, and I really got into it, and I had a lot of fun. I played some tournaments. I placed once or twice. I really felt the whole culture of it, but at the end of the day, you gotta remember this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a toxic game full of toxic man-children with beards who argue about who has a smaller dick. So, it was a lot of fun. It got you to really think, and I can tell you, like, I've had, in my prime, like, before, like, I retired here, and I've actually sold about half the shit I have. I plan to sell off the rest. I had probably 100 decks. Now, granted, I didn't play 100 decks, but, like, you know, you buy enough bulk, well shit, and I've got the deck core for this, got a deck core for that. So I set aside stuff for myself and slowly just built up a fucking army of decks. I thought about keeping a few, but I'm done, dude. And I'll get to that right now, and that's kind of what's going to lead to the next part. So this group, a lot of my close friends, you know, like we talked on hours on end in general. We met up all the time. We played like it was the squad. Squad we get together for SuperSaturdays. We'd watch Dragon Ball Super. We play Yu-Gi-Oh! It was awesome. And then, like, once I switched to nights here, which messed my whole life up a bit, we were doing Wednesday nights, because everyone seemed to be off on a Wednesday/Thursday. So, turn up on a Wednesday for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! And chills. With the pandemic hitting and just 2020 sucking, I work in healthcare. I'm not going to disclose exactly what I do, but I work in a hospital, in general. So, because of that, my group of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players kind of not shunned me per se, but they kind of closed me out in the assumption that I was working around COVID and I was going to bring the Rona, and I wasn't safe to be around because I've had the Rona for chills. So I tried and I tried and I tried, and I was like, well, just okay, give them a few more months, we'll try reconnecting. Well, guess what? Half a year went by and I haven't touched my deck since. So I said, you know what? I'm already having money issues. Fuck it. I'm selling everything. I'm done. I don't hold any bars personally. I mean, I'm a little salty maybe because, like, this was our thing. And I get it. Everyone grows up and changes, so it's okay. It was fun. But again, it was fun. I'm just done. So, once I get everything in my room cleaned up, sold off as bulk and shit, we'll call it a day, and we'll move on. And with that being said, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Being done, I have more time for videos. And you'll notice in these past couple months, I've been churning out videos. That's because I got to a point in life where I didn't have to run my Yu-Gi-Oh! Shop. It is what it is. Let's close the book on that. The next thing I want to talk about are these, because I was building these for a while. Let's go over a couple things here with these. For starters, these were nostalgic. These took me back to when I was a kid. Reminded me of how cool it was to be like 13. You know, I used to play with these for hours on end and be like, build these amalgamations and just be like, oh my god. And it was a lot of fun. That Yu-Gi-Oh! Group that's left me behind has actually picked up a building hobby as well. They build Gundams or Gunpla or what the fuck ever. Not that that's deterred me from loving Zvox any less, but it just, I'm not falling into another hobby that's going to cost me ass tons of money and fall that Gundam shit. And with this, I'm actually selling my whole Zvox collection, because again, it was a nostalgia rush. They're expensive to hunt down. I have a majority of them. But I am having financial issues, so I've got to sell these. And that's what ties back earlier to the roommate conversation I had, where essentially the person who had this room moved into the master bedroom and then decided to just move up and move out. So because of that, I have to move again. Brings us to part 3. My content may suffer a bit because I am right now, my car just broke and getting ready to move. So I'll be packing up my whole set here, which is really just my man cave. Won't affect my creativity per se. I'm hoping to get caught up on the horror burrito. We'll keep filming that up until the move, and even once I get moved and I live it again, we'll get back to it. Sorry, it's 2 a.m. It's pretty late right now. You know, I work late nights. Actually, it's 2:30. Holy shit, I've lost track of time. It's late. So essentially, with everything that's happened and essentially where we're going for 2021, I just cracked 300 subscribers, and I told myself once I hit the 300 number, I would change my channel name. So that's where this all kind of stemmed from. I gave you a brief history on what created my channel, what happened after I finished my initial goal, where I'm heading, and so on and so forth. I plan to start doing scary stories a lot more often. I'm not dropping the Goosebumps Beyond series, and I eventually do want to get the Goosebumps Ghostly reviews going. It's just, I need to get my life together a little more. Life is so chaotic right now. You probably can't see it, but I'm starting to spawn gray hairs, and that's not cool for old bumps in the night. See, you thought I was going to say Goosebumps Now. I'm moving, and at the very beginning of November, so hopefully by the time Christmas hits, I'll be back on track. So just bear with me. I got another episode of the Pokemon Blue XD coming up. I got 3 scary, spine-chilling zombie stories coming up, 2 of which you've heard before on Zach's collab, 1 you never have. More random naughty adventures on my secondary channel, which is just the one for fun that Debro films with Matt and my brothers. More of my brothers in general, because it's almost Austin's birthday, so happy birthday, Austin. Just know there's a lot more to come, and I really appreciate all the time you've spent with me here. If you've been here from the start, if you're just joining, I really appreciate you subbing in general. Let's fuck 2021 up, guys. Bumps in the Night is out. And just remember, you never know what goes in the night.